Hey there! This is an X-Parrot. It's not really an X-Parrot, but it is a pen shaped like a parrot. It's different. It's very, very different, and I don't use that in a negative sense, even though this is a pen that I would probably never use. It was sent to Aziza, she really loves it, and I will say this, it's an original piece, and I really appreciate originality in pen design. So, BENU sent us this, BENU from Russia. Very interesting. I've reviewed a couple of BENUs before. I'm going to cover the parts of this pen. I'll do a writing sample. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Let's get started. That was not a very good parrot sound, but I have to work with what I have, okay? Okay, BENU Parrot. This came with a little cardboard box, and I'm sorry I threw it out. I am so sorry, I'm not perfect, but I have thrown out the box. It was just a small cardboard box, so don't worry too much about it. Next to a Lamy Safari, you can see it is kind of the same size, just a bit girthier. Okay, it's a parrot, people, so that's kind of interesting, isn't it? We have feathers, they come in multiple colors, which is kind of nice. So this happens to be the purple one. There's some gold flakes in there. It looks very kind. It's a bit of an sort of an albino type thing on top here. It's a bit pale, but it is cute, and it is a parrot. It even has little gemstones, which I'm sure are plastic, but it has them for eyes, so they kind of sparkle a bit. It's cute. Parts of the pen. Well, top of the pen, nothing. Here you have feathers, and on the back it says BENU. Then here we have, as a center band, we have a parrot face, which is both original and, in my mind, slightly terrifying. This will haunt your dreams. Mirrors are more fun than television. Anyway, more feathers, this time with a splash of purple. And this material. BENU does a very nice job casting these resins with the gold on it. I mean, it looks very nice, and it's definitely different. Cap unscrews. This is a bit disturbing to me because it looks like you're wringing the neck of this parrot, but okay, let's ignore that for now. Section, pretty thin, tapers down. If you want to, you can put the parrot head back on there, and it's kind of looking at you as you write. Nibs number 5 by Schmidt, available in extra fine, medium, broad, so a pretty nice lineup of nibs. They are steel. I assume these are gold plated, but it is a steel nib. Simple, nice scroll work on it. It has a B for broad in the center, and I will say these are nice nibs. They write very pleasantly. Pens are filled by cartridge or converter, so you can do whatever you want. You can use bottled ink, it's quite nice. What I will say is, with this model, be a little careful, because I just put a washable blue in it, and I spent probably 5 minutes cleaning the section, because I'm not saying it was staining straight away, but it does discolor, and you really have to make sure you wipe that down properly, because I don't want it to stain permanently. So that's something to be a little aware of. Nicely sized pen, and as I said, you post it, it's very comfortable. It is all plastic, so it doesn't really get top heavy. I think it's pretty nice. So what we need to see is how this pen writes. And of course, being a parrot, I could have put all sorts of inks in there, but I chose the very nice Waterman Blue. BENU Parrot, steel, broad, ink is Waterman Blue. Okay, lovely nib, tiny bit of feedback, but the kind of very nice feedback. I really like this. It's not a glassy, smooth nib. I really like writing with this. Very nice. Bit of fast writing. No real skipping. Very nice. fairly wet pen, kind of like that. Line variation, as always, very careful. You can squeeze out a little bit, but it's a relatively stiff nib. Reverse writing, doable, not super scratchy. You definitely get a thin line out of this otherwise broad, which is quite nice. Okay, that was the pen, that's how it writes. Let's see what I like about it and what I not like about it. Okay, what do I like, what do I not like about the BENU Parrot? I think the thing I like best, and that is really something that I cannot overstate the importance of, it's original. And I think that is very important. And even though this may not be your pen, you may not really care for a parrot on your pen, as I do not see myself using this, that's why it's Aziza's pen. I don't really care for a parrot on a pen, but I've never seen a parrot on a pen either, and that is cool. I can tell you that what I have seen is dozens of black pens with gold trims that are all cigar shaped, right? So it's easy to do that, and you know it's going to be an evergreen, and you know it's going to sell well, but this is original, and it's originality that keeps something alive. If Picasso had not been Picasso, he would not have been a cubist, and he would not have been very important for that specific development in art. And I think we'll all agree that it is those people who do something that is extraordinary and that is out of the box thinking, and you may not enjoy it. I personally don't care for Picasso's paintings, but I recognize his importance. And it's the same thing here. Is it weird? Absolutely. Would I use it? Me personally, probably not. I have nothing against it, it just doesn't really appeal to me. But it's original, and originality is enough. And I think that's very important. So there is that. Another thing with BENU is they nail the materials. This is really pretty, and it works very well. And that, I think, is something they do really, really well. Things I don't like so much about it. Not that much. Some of their pens have ink windows. I like that. But given that this is a parrot, maybe they did not want to disrupt the pattern of the feathers and the cranial feathers. I don't know what the biological term is, but the feathers coming out of the head of this parrot. So I see that. No big deal. Cartridge converter. Many cartridge converter fill pens don't have an ink window, and you can just unscrew the barrel, right? So this is really not a big deal. What I would love to see BENU do is use bigger nibs. Okay, so here you have a Parker dual fold, right, which has a section that is pretty much the same size as the BENU, and the pen is also the same size, but look at the difference the number 6 versus the number 5 nib makes. So I would really love, in the future, I really love to see BENU use a number 6 nib. Schmidt makes number 6 steel nibs, I think I've actually used the BENU with a number 6 nib, so I know they can do it, but I think it looks nice. I think it looks nice because, I mean, if you look at this section, it's really quite long, and then you have a relatively small nib. So I think aesthetically that would be appreciated by fountain pen users, but I will say the nib writes flawlessly. So that is really cool. Finally, price, $93. To some people that'll be a lot for an acrylic pen like this with a parrot on top. But on the other hand, as fountain pens go, I don't think $93 is that terrible. There are a lot more, way more expensive pens out there. And yeah, it's a cartridge converter fill pen. It's a steel nib. I know that. I also know that it's cast acrylic. I mean, but I think it's a pretty fair price. Given the material is very pretty, given that it's original, I can live with it. I wouldn't buy it, but that's just my personal preference. That's just because of me, not because of the pen. And there you have it. So a very kind thank you to BENU for sending over the pen. It was actually not sent to me, it was sent to Aziza, but I thought I would review it anyway because I thought you might appreciate it. Cute pen. I can see how this would be a really fun gift to children or something, and if you have a parrot lover in your life, obviously this is an evergreen. So, very interesting. Guys, I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye-bye.